You know, I could have done the Smash video first, but Pyra and Mythra won't be getting their presentation until after this news came out. So, fuck it. Guess it's back to Pokemon. Hello everyone, this is VGMaster2, and Pokemon is now 2.5 decades old, which effectively means that most original fans are at least 5 years older. Holy shit, why is everyone old? What the fuck happened? Now, for the past few years, Pokemon Company has been having large celebrations on the anniversary, where even if they don't explicitly announce something new, they give us more information on something or do a special promotion of something. This began formally in 2016 for the 20th anniversary, where they announced Sun and Moon, after the trademarks were leaked by the Pokemon Company themselves, literally the day before, which will never not be funny. The next time a game was announced, at least a main series game, on the anniversary, was back in 2019 with Sword and Shield. But they always did something, like last year when they revealed Zarude. So, with this being the series' 25th anniversary, and also noticeably the 15th anniversary of Diamond and Pearl specifically, everyone was assuming that the long-awaited Diamond and Pearl remakes would be announced, especially because they announced Pokemon Presents, and well, let's just get into it. The presentation begins with, I shit you not, a look back at the last 25 years. Not someone being like, OMG, we've been around for a long time and it's all thanks to you, let's look back at its history before we talk about its future. No. Literally just a 5-minute montage of a fuckton of the franchise's shit. Which is, no joke, 25% of the presentation. And if you ask me, it sucks. Because it's clear that it's literally just meant to be nostalgia bait. Because Pokemon has been going downhill since 2016. Arguably earlier because most things in the franchise were either irrelevant or shit, with the games being the last good things, and then they started to suck. Essentially, this montage is a real-time compilation of the slow death of the franchise, shittily disguised as a victory lap. And I'm not fucking kidding. At the end, they have a huge fucking circle jerk about all of the fucking merchandise they have, and all of the avenues they've monetized, and likely near monopolized, and it's incredibly obnoxious, and for the sake of my sanity, I'm moving on. Only after this does Tsunekazu Ishihara, the cunt in charge, show up. And only now is when the bullshit, we've been around so long it's all thanks to you, comes in. Oh, go fuck yourself. Maybe you should have fucking led with that. If you can't tell, my patience is running really thin. It's been wearing out for 5 fucking years. Ishihara then brings in Takato Utsunomiya, a motherfucker who I've never heard of in my life, to announce everything. Oh, wonderful, Ishihara. Is he your scapegoat? The first thing he does is show a trailer for new Pokemon Snap, since that's coming out soon, and it's about the nicest looking fucking thing this franchise has had in years, in terms of games. I don't know if it's just me being hardcore biased against Pokemon Company, but since the game was first announced, the graphics have been looking a lot nicer, which only makes Game Freak look even more incompetent, but they do that to themselves anyway. New Snap releases on April 30th, and by the way, the trailer didn't really reveal anything groundbreaking that wasn't already revealed in other trailers, and its segment also took up about another 25% of this thing. We are halfway done, what are you doing? Utsunomiya then talks about some shit in Sword and Shield that they're doing to celebrate, among other games. Noticeably, there's no Victini event. And why would there be one, you might be wondering? Well, back in October, when Crown Tundra released, there was code in the game for a static encounter with Victini. No one was ever able to find a way to trigger it, so some people hypothesized that they were saving it for a special event, perhaps for the anniversary. And nope. Game Freak really is that retarded that they accidentally put an extra event in the code for no reason and never realized it. See? Told you, they make themselves look incompetent. He then effectively said, hey, time to learn about the next video game, now look at this trailer! And Okay, wow. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut and wait for it to be over. Right, so... I'm sorry, what? Okay. I guess those are things. Okay, no, you know what? I'm not waiting anymore. What the fuck was that? Seriously? This shit is the Sinnoh remakes? We have waited 7 years. We have anticipated this since Oras was literally fucking announced, and this is what we get. I already knew that with current Game Freak, the Diamond and Pearl remakes were going to suck. But I didn't think they were going to suck this fucking much. Oh, but guess what, guys? Game Freak isn't even making this. Ilka is. Who's that? The motherfuckers who made Pokemon Home, a non-game. They gave the Diamond and Pearl remakes to a company who does not make games. They have worked on big-name games before. To what extent, I don't know, and I don't know if anyone fucking knows. They could have been doing jack shit. But they have never made one themselves. And also, guess what? Masuda is working as director, after he said he was never working as director again, so he's a lying sack of shit, though I suppose that's to be expected when it comes to creators. They also said that they're keeping these faithful. So fucking faithful that the models on the overworld look like hot garbage puked up from the DS era. Their own promotional art is awful. The textures on everything, except the water, which looks admittedly fucking gorgeous, are oversaturated and look like shit. And they use more HD models during battles. If you made those models, why didn't you use them for everything? Why waste your time? Especially because, back then, it wasn't a stylistic choice to make them chibi. It was a limitation. It even showed the scene of the trainer reducing in the fucking trailer. It's a goddamn limitation, you actual retards. This looks worse than Mega Man Powered Up, and that game looked adorable. What the actual fuck? Also, this shit being faithful probably means no Megas, or Maxes, or Primals, especially since they didn't announce any. So that's fucking great. It also probably means no Platinum content, which would mean that it would be worse than Platinum. Also, because this company is so retarded, they're probably still on the no National Dex train, which means this game might not even have more content than the originals, which means this game is effectively worthless. Some people might think that I'm mad because I didn't get the remakes I wanted. To that, I remind you that I said that I didn't want the Diamond and Pearl remakes to happen anytime soon. I'm mad because the content they're showing us is utter shit. Listen, it would be different if this was Gen 9, cause that would be a new game. But these are games that we've been talking about, like I already said, literally since Oras was announced. We literally told them how we wanted the games. We gave them a fucking checklist. Modern main game graphics with slightly updated quality, all of the main recurring mechanics added since Sinnoh, and primals and megas. That was the checklist we've been giving them for literally years. They actually took one look at it and went, no, which is incredibly ballsy to do. To look at your consumer base, effectively the people who allow you to maintain your livelihood, right in the fucking eyes, and deny them everything they've requested for years. It's ballsy, just not intelligent. Or good. Apparently these fucking cretins are calling this shit Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, which has to be a fucking joke, cause these games are neither brilliant or shiny. The acronym is BDSP, but I'm gonna call it BUDSPA, because it sounds just as fucking retarded as these games. They're supposed to release in late 2021, and you can stop hiding it, we all know it's November. The other game was the one made by Game Freak, except probably not really, because it's Breath of the Wild. It's literally Breath of the Wild. I wouldn't be surprised if they fucking went to Nintendo, asked for the source code, they agreed, gave it to them, and then the moment Game Freak added something of their own, they fucked it up. Because it looks like dog shit. Despite being 4 years afterwards, this game looks worse than the initial release of Breath of the Wild back in 2017. Hell, it looks worse than the trailer we were first shown the game in back in 2014, back on the Wii U. And I'm not even kidding, there are multiple points in this trailer that the protagonist is at most 6 feet away, and the Pokemon are either frozen in place or moving less than 10 frames per second. I'm saying that as a cunt who doesn't care about frames, so long as the movement looks fluid. That is how choppy the animation in this game is. Well, what is this game supposed to be? Well, it's called Pokemon Legends Arceus, and it's a spin-off game taking place who gives a fuck many centuries in the past in Sinnoh, where you use old Pokeballs with locks on them in order to catch everything you see so you can make the Sinnoh Pokedex. Which doesn't make sense because there's going to be more Pokemon than there were in the Sinnoh remakes, at least they're better, but like I said, there probably won't because everyone fucking sucks. Your starter choices are a mouse from a different Japanese region, a Polynesian owl, and an American otter. How does that make sense when the point is to make the Sinnoh Dex when none of them were in the Sinnoh Dex? Oh wait, it fucking doesn't. The protagonists are these fuckers. Why do they look like Lucas and Dawn if this takes place centuries ago? Don't tell me that they're supposed to be their ancestors because that's not how DNA works. You're maybe gonna look similar to your grandparents. You're not gonna look near identical to your ancestors from literally hundreds of years ago. This makes no fucking sense. But it's Game Freak, what the fuck else should I have expected? Now, there are people who think that these games look great and that they're a fantastic step in the right direction and are gonna save the series. To that I say, look at Breath of the Wild, Dragon Quest XI, and Final Fantasy VII Remade. Because no, you're very wrong. I can only imagine most of the positivity is coming from either children or retards with tunnel vision, because there was a Sony Direct the day before, and most of those fucking games looked goddamn stunning. Pokemon is pussy shit compared to them. This one looks like a fucking DreamWorks movie, holy shit. And I can't believe I'm about to say this, but this game looks worse than the upcoming Five Nights at Freddy's game. We have fucking reached the fucking point where Five Nights at fucking Freddy's looks better than fucking Pokemon. Do you not see the problem with that? People think Game Freak will polish the game up before launch, but remember what company we're talking about? Pretty sure we had this conversation 2 years ago and that resulted in nothing. And even if Game Freak tried to fix something, like the frame rate issues, they'd probably make something else look even worse. Or just break the game because they're shit at coding. If you want a game that's like this, but better, play Pixelmon. The caveat is that it's Minecraft, but it's actually a huge mod that has gameplay similar to this, and a fuck ton of content. I'm talking about essentially all Pokemon, all with all their official forms, plus new ones in the form of new textures, a fuck ton of gyms to collect badges from, battling against other players if you're on a server, plus everything in regular Minecraft if that's what you like. Catching wild Pokemon can either happen in the traditional way where you battle, or like in this way where you just chuck a Pokeball at it, effectively cementing Pixelmon as ahead of its time. I haven't played it, but I've seen videos on it, and it's a lot better than almost literally everything the official franchise has produced. Apparently, Game Freak wants to release this game in early 2022, but I hope they never fucking do it. Frankly, I wish that they'd cancel everything they just showed us, other than Snap, because it's fucking awful. They fucked up Sinnoh so much, I don't even want to think about them touching Unova. And frankly, I don't trust Game Freak with the open world approach. If it's already this bad, I don't think they're going to learn by Gen 9. Hell, I don't think they've ever learned how to code properly since Iwata saved their asses in 1999. And it sucks, because you know retards with zero standards are going to lap all of this shit up and inject it into their veins the moment it releases, and the series is only gonna get worse for it. It's also awful that I kinda wanna be in denial and just forget this ever happened. Unless they give us anything good from these steaming piles of shit, Pokemon's basically dead. Fuck, maybe I should have done the Smash video first. Oh well, too late now. Anyway, I'm VG Master 2, and I hope to see you next time.